Um, yeah, obviously, I think we're obviously disappointed with the tie. Given that they went down to 10 men very early. Better chances. I definitely had my chances. I missed two. I think should have scored, but yeah, we were attacking a lot, and we feel like we definitely should have won the game, and we're very disappointed in ourselves. But we're gonna have to take that 1 point on the road and take it home to Chicago on Saturday.
We'll go to Austin David.
Hey, Duncan, just being able to get back on the score sheet, how important was that for you and just kind of your overall feeling and confidence as you're heading into this part of the season just to finally get back on the score sheet?
Yeah, definitely having scored a little bit. Obviously for anyone to get on the score sheet, it's very important. And myself, I feel it gives me a lot of confidence. Once I find one, I feel like the rest just comes. So I was definitely happy to get back on the score sheet today.
We'll go to Michael Citro.
Hey, Duncan, thanks for your time. I just wonder if you could tell us what you saw in that play where Torres found you in the box for the goal.
Yeah, it was a good ball over by I forgot, but I saw Facu was in a good spot to head it back, and there was a little bit of space front post, so I had to make myself available, and Facu, put it right where I needed it to be, and luckily got it across the goalie back post. So yeah, it was a good team goal.
We'll go to Mike Gramajo.
Thanks, Jackie. Duncan, obviously, you just mentioned it was you guys were disappointed because you guys should have felt you could have walked out with a victory. How's the team feeling right now? Obviously, this is probably the first big stretch that you guys are winless 5 games now. Uh, what's the mentality right now in that locker room, considering and what you guys are going through, and what positives can you kind of take from this game going into now Chicago on Saturday?
I'd say we're finally showing from my point of view, I think we're showing good attacking, kind of how we did last year. I know even before they went down to 10 men, we were getting good sequences going forward, and I feel like we were, starting to look like ourselves a little bit more like last year from my perspective. And I think, once we get that win or 2 wins in a row, I think it's gonna be I think the season's gonna turn for us.
Go back to Austin.
Duncan, just with the chances created in the second half, a lot of them are coming from that left side and crossing in. How did you kind of combat the very low block that Charlotte had gone into in the second half since they were down a man? What was kind of said in the locker room on how to kind of try and beat that?
Um, Nothing's really said. I think we just did a little tactical change, throwing more numbers towards the upper middle part of the field and their defense, trying to put numbers on their back line, to allow space at the top of the box for us when they play that low block. So I think just throwing a few more numbers forward since they were down a man really allowed us to utilize the spaces on the width and on the top of the box.
Last two will go to Michael and then wrap up with Mike again.
Duncan, as the striker, you're up top. You have a pretty good view looking back at what's going on. Just curious to get your take on why Charlotte was able to get so many really good transition opportunities tonight.
Yeah, I think they were good at winning the initial first ball, and it looked like, in the 50-50 challenges, maybe they'd get the better of the challenges for the most part, and they made the most of those opportunities. So I think maybe just, we need to do a better job at winning the first balls and being there on the second balls, and maybe stopping the counterattack with a tactical foul, maybe a little bit more, but that's what I think they did well.
And last one with Mike.
Thanks, Jackie. Just following up on Michael's question, but on the other side of the field, Oscar's always kind of said that the team's kind of lacking that final punch when it comes to attacking. Obviously, you guys scored 2 goals today, but what have you kind of been able to see from not only yourself but the other attackers in regards to why you guys have been kind of struggling on that final detail in the field? Not only in this game, but probably the last few games as well.
I just think it's the final pass in the box, whether it's a quick 1-2 or a last cross. I think it's always it's more recently just been a little bit off. I had a few of them today, Lucho, that were a bit off. I think just the final pass is what's really stopping us from becoming very successful in the final third.
Thanks, Duncan. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Very rare game on the fact that too early we get with one extra player, and Charlotte and find a way to score their second goal, and on the moment that we push the most. Those circumstances made us feel that getting this result at some point is going to help us. On obvious that we wanted. I think the team made a lot of efforts to win the game, but we Charlotte find that second goal that it could have been worse. So humbly today we take that point. We wanted more, but we have some positive things still that we have to grab there and just move on to the next game.
We'll go to Michael.
Oscar, thanks for your time. Obviously nice to get a couple of goals, but at the same time, you probably can't be too happy with the goals that were allowed and the number of good transition opportunities. Can you just kind of describe what you thought was going wrong back there tonight?
I thought in a game against LA happened something similar. When we have domination of the game and we have them defending in a very lower block for almost the whole game, we concede those goals at the end. I think our vigilances were not good in that one game. Today was much better, but we lost those two duels there, and then they found a way to hurt us. We won the lines higher, obviously, because the game turned into a team attacking all the time and the other one just defending and trying to get some transition. So that's what you saw, those transitions. There was not many other ways to do it. But we should have been better on controlling for sure.
Over to Austin.
Oscar, just offensively speaking, being able to get Facu and Duncan on the score sheet, what does that mean just for their confidence, especially considering the last couple of games where they've had a bit of a drought?
Right, those things that at this point probably is difficult to see it because the frustration on not just wanted, but have the opportunity to add 3 points tonight. But those things are going to help us for sure. See that Duncan score, that Facu score, and we need many more players, of course, in front can start scoring as well. But today that's positive, Austin, and we're going to keep it. Yes.
We'll go to Luis Carlos Pineda.
Hi, Profe. I wanted to ask you, Jacqueline came in. He had two clear chances. Unfortunately, he missed. I wanted to see a little bit if you can tell us, how can you keep him motivated as a striker, and also how's the locker room feeling coming up the game on the weekend? Thank you, sir.
The motivations for the forwards, with any doubt, is scoring goals. That's what they feed themselves on this game. Forwards live from goals, especially number 9. But also just have this young man just adding minutes and proving that he is a good striker. He creates those chances. I was very sure that he was going to imbalance the game and win it for us. He has that instinct, and he keep accumulating some minutes, and hopefully he can increase that confidence to score goals. The locker room is normal. I think it was a game that we knew for all what happened that we needed the 3 points. But it's obvious that we're not happy with the final score. But what we address with them is the fact that since the first minute, when they have 11 players, they were dominating the game also, and we have things to get better at. because we have been very fragile defensively, and offensively we could have done much better too.
Over to Mike Romajo.
Thank you, Jackie. Profe, I wanted to ask you about Felipe. How's he looking after he was taken out of the game from after that foul, and obviously with Cesar coming in, how did that kind of, in a way, kind of influence the midfield to kind of look for that result that you guys ended up with?
Felipe, I think he has an inflammation in his leg. Unfortunately, he couldn't continue the game. But after I see that he was starting walking, so I hope that it's nothing so serious. And yeah, because we need the players in a very quick turnaround now that we're going to play them at home against Chicago.
Got two more here. We'll go back to Michael and then wrap up with Austin.
Oscar, obviously a ton of crosses as we've seen throughout the season, especially from the left tonight. Is there a way that you can maybe help the team get more volume in the middle of the pitch, in the middle of the box? Like, is it ball movement? Is it player movement? Is it everything?
We're getting a lot of volume on crossing. That's correct. I think the occupation in the box can be reinforced for more players. I don't know, Michael, if you think in the last game and this one that we could put more players in the box. We have enough players to score. Now we can keep sending them and probably add more. But I think at the end it's about the quality as well, that we're trying to get better, the quality of the cross, trying to find the people, not just crossing. And the runs at the box, yes, probably the right winger or the Dagur or Ivan, whoever is playing is in that right position, can come in the box as well. But we have to keep the balance too. We're just sending players in this game because we have one more. And LA was incredible, the volume that we have and the people in the box too. But we didn't connect. So we're trying to do it by training, trying to connect, trying to make better decisions, trying to take a shot when we need it. But as you say, I think the volume from crossing is incredibly high.
And final one with Austin.
Oscar, I wanted to ask you about Nico. He had 10 chances created, almost 150 touches of the ball throughout this game. For how important he was in this game, just in terms of creating chances and being in that attacking third, really kind of orchestrating the offense. How important is it to get him more involved in the offensive aspect? I know you've been playing him a little bit of a deeper lying midfield role, but how important is it to get him more involved in that offensive chance creation going forward?
I think Nico is helping us in this lineup as a connector. Without Wilder in the pitch, we have dropped Cesar, and Nico has dropped as well, probably 10 meters, and trying to link us from there, so we can have two forwards and be more aggressive with Duncan and Luis. Asking Nico to link and create options. I think his primary job there in that position, knowing that we normally have a pivot or a defensive midfielder that have more defensive functions than what Nico is doing. Now, I think he's creating it, and I think he's helping us offensively at the point that sometimes we are giving up some space that we didn't give up before. But that's the trait that we have in this game. You want more volume. You have another player that can create and be offensive, not just as a number 8, but like a number 10 all the time. And you have two forwards and two wingers, and you have a fullback in the left that goes too. I think is enough. Now, what I think that we have to be so serious to think of is that our quality in every action has to be better, so we can finish those actions and be more lethal, be consistency on not just creating those chances, but just finalizing them. And I think that's our job. And the players know that, and they're working hard. We're trying to help them, but as I say at the beginning, today we scored 2 goals. And believe it or not, against 10 guys, 10 players, we scored 2 goals, and we bounced back from this moment that is very difficult.
All right, Oscar, as always, appreciate your time. Thank you to everyone for joining us. We'll speak to you soon.
All right, thank you, Josh.